We are on our way to Colorado. My dad drew an elk tag for muzzleloader season out there during the secondary draw. Was kind of surprised. We weren't really expecting anybody to draw. I tried to draw an elk tag, I tried to draw a mule deer tag, and nothing. And my dad texted me one day and he's like, hey, I drew an elk tag for muzzleloader. So we're headed there right now. We're actually passing through Nebraska. We left late last night, stopped in Iowa, spent the night at a hotel, and just tried to get a little bit of a jump on the trip. So now we got 12 hours left today, and yeah, we're in Nebraska. So hopefully we'll get to Colorado sometime around like 6 p.m. tonight, and we'll kind of take a look at what the area is looking like and see how many hunters are out there, and probably make our decision based off of what we see this evening on where we want to go in and everything like that. So we're gonna end up camping out there, so we're probably gonna push in a couple miles and set up camp and branch off and see if we can get in some elk. Well, it is opening day of muzzleloader in Colorado, and we made it to the first trailhead. We just decided to take our time. We spent the night at a hotel last night just to make sure we were kind of prepared and not sleeping at a trailhead or wherever else and going in blind. And we ran into a guy this morning that's actually moose hunting. He's been trying to acquire the tag for like 25 years, and he said we're in a good spot for elk. He actually pinned us a point on a map where he used to archery hunt back in the day, and he said there's loads of elk in there, but that's probably about 5-10 miles away. So we're just gonna bum up here quick. It's about a 1.5 mile walk in, and see if we can hear anything or see some fresh sign. We're not even taking the packs. We're just gonna go up there for a couple hours and see what it looks like, and then probably make our decision on whether or not we come back to the truck and grab our camping stuff, or maybe go to that spot that guy pinned for us on the map. But take it easy on day one and see what happens. 0.8 miles is where we're at, and it's all uphill. It started all the way down at the bottom. I don't know if the camera's gonna catch it. Just working our way up slowly, stopping every 10 minutes just to listen and see if we can hear anything or see any sign, but nothing as of right now. Probably kind of expected though. Probably won't see much sign until we're about 1 mile to 1.5 miles in. Hey, you know what we forgot to grab? What? Toilet paper. This could get interesting. Great. And we both had coffee this morning. We're in about 1.5 miles right now. And while we were stopped taking a break, we thought we heard a chuckle up the ridge more, kind of towards these water sources where we're trying to get to. And then as we kept coming up a little bit further, it almost sounded like branches breaking in that general direction. So we're just trying to take it nice and easy. Just got to the first spot that we wanted to check out, where it looked like there'd be water, and there is. And there's some elk tracks right in here. And we just kicked something out right where our wind's blowing, but we didn't think that anything was going to be over there. We always thought it was going to be over there. There's no tracks going over that way. We need to get further that way. We got to get over that way and go over. Yeah. We definitely just kicked something up. I don't know if it was a mule deer or an elk though. just sneaking through here. And this is the general direction that I heard that one, blow at us just like a whitetail while we were sitting next to that little water source. And we were sneaking through, and Dad saw, he's like, wait. And sure enough, there's a mule deer doe just standing right in here. And she couldn't figure out what we were until she got downwind of us, and then she winded us. It's just kind of being goofy in here, going in circles. But she got to within 60 yards of us. Sure. Well, we hiked all the way back to where we wanted to get to. It looked like it was a nice water hole, probably 10 acres in size, right in the middle of a ravine where we didn't think anyone was going to be. And we got here and the thing is basically just bone dry. So we might just sit here for a couple hours. Essentially it's just like a big meadow. See what happens. Pretty cool though, we got some awesome views. As we were sitting here on this meadow, we heard a faint bugle. Assuming it's probably in this ravine somewhere, but still a ways away. But it was definitely a bugle. That open meadow that we were looking at was pretty dried up, but then there was a creek that was running through it. So we just decided to follow that creek, and we're finding a bunch of beds in here, and it smells like elk too. So I think we're just going to work our way back down to the trailhead and maybe come up with a game plan tomorrow. Hunt it on the way out. I was hoping we'd find one. We were just on our way down to the truck. Basically, we did a whole loop today, and we were just working our way back down slow, trying to see if we can call and hear anything. And we're basically going straight towards the trailhead, and we just happened to stumble right on it. I mean, we literally walked right over it.
That's awesome.
That thing's been there for
A while.
at least a couple of years. But that's cool. All chewed up, rotted, cracked. Sweet. Day 2, we ended up waking up at a different location, probably 10 miles away. Checking out a different spot, walked in on a trailhead probably 3.5 miles in, seeing if we could run into any new sign that was better than what we saw on day 1, and got up top, did some glassing, walked around a little bit, saw some sign, but it was all old. So we ended up actually packing out of there and headed back towards where we were at on day 1, since we thought we were potentially getting close to the elk. We wanted to go back to that original spot and really look into it a little bit more. We're on day 3. We woke up this morning. It was supposed to be kind of iffy weather all day, so we just kind of slept in a little bit. Cooked some good breakfast, cleaned up, reorganized, and switched locations. I actually called the DNR, an officer, and seeing if he could give us any pointers, and he pointed us to this pretty rugged road that we should probably get up on, and that way we're a little bit higher up in elevation. And we are, because I'm out of breath. But we were hunting like 9,600 to about 10.4, somewhere in there. And now we're actually, this road was able to get us up to about 10.8. And there's a couple good meadows in here and some deep ravines with some dark timber. So we're hoping that if these elk are higher up, that maybe we'll have a good shot in this area. We're probably, as the crow flies, maybe like 2 miles from where we originally started. So we're probably gonna set up camp over back here and pack up our stuff and pack some rain gear and get in for an evening hunt and see what we can't get into. We were able to get up to about 11,400 feet. And everyone that we've been talking to thinks they're up about 11,800. So we're trying to get up top right now to a nice glassing point to where we can see this hillside, which is where we think the elk are. So we're going to spend the rest of the day up here. Walking up on our glassing point, and it looks freaking awesome. Perfect spot. Perfect. We got some rain moving in right now. Hopefully it's not going to be a lot. But there's a rainbow that leads right into this bowl. Maybe that's a good sign. We've been just sitting here glassing since probably, I don't know, 3, something like that. We turned up a bear exactly 1.32 miles away, all the way across this bowl, and he's up on top of a little meadow. Through my phone scope on, so you'll see that right here. We ended up sitting here for the rest of the evening, seeing if we could glass up anything else, but no luck. We just ended up seeing that bear, but we knew it was a good area. It's a giant basin with a lot of dark timber and seemed like it had food, water, and seclusion there. So we had a feeling it was a good spot, but nothing the rest of that evening, so we headed back to camp, grabbed some food, rehydrated, and got to bed at a decent time because we wanted to get back up to that glassing point for the next morning and just see if we can turn anything else up there, spend the whole day and just really put a lot of our effort into that giant basin there before actually counting it out and potentially moving to a different spot. We're just coming up to that same glassing area that we were at last night. We had a break in the weather, so we decided to come up here for the last 2 hours. And as soon as we crept to the top, we already spotted 2 elk in this meadow. So we're gonna get set up here on this little point, and I'm gonna see if I can get some video of them, because I think our plan is to go after them tomorrow morning.
We're a little late tonight.
Yeah.
With the rain, it kept us in the truck for a little more than we anticipated. So we hope to spot them tonight, so we could,
Make a game plan.
make a game plan for tomorrow morning. So far so good, and we'll see what happens.
First elk of the trip. We think there's about 8 of them over there. We're not sure if there's 2 bulls, but there's for sure one, and he looks like a nice 6x6. But he's a pretty good bull. After glassing a little bit more, we actually ended up seeing two different groups of elk. One like giant 6x6, and then one looks to be about a 5x5, and then there's a smaller one that my dad just saw. He looks to be about just like a little 4x4 satellite bull working his way up the hillside. He's all alone, but 3 legal bulls nonetheless. So hopefully tomorrow morning will be interesting. Let's go chase some elk. Hear him?
Yep.
It is now sunrise. We heard a bull bugle this morning, probably about 20 minutes ago. But I think we're just going to play the wind and slowly work our way down into this bull. And just keep our eyes and ears open and see if we can't get close to one.
Still nothing. What's interesting is one cow's facing the other way, one cow's facing this way, one cow's facing down the hill.
Yeah.
They got it down to a science. I was hoping to see him with your binoculars. Yeah, I don't see him yet. They can pop out. Yeah, they're moving down.
Oh, there's 2 cows up on the hillside too. Like to the right of those cows.
Is there? Which
You hear
makes
a bugle?
sense. Yeah. Shoot, I missed. Oh, he's still standing right there.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good one.
We gotta go after him.
Yeah. Let me shed some clothes. No way I can do it with this thing.
wonder if that was a truck. We should do something. Because he's right up there. There he goes again.
We continued to play cat and mouse with this bull. We were running short on time and eventually had to pack up camp and make our way off the mountain. We had talked to a couple local guys the day before. We shared some whitetail photos with them and they showed us some elk and mule deer photos. We exchanged phone numbers and agreed that we needed to plan a future hunt together. They texted me while we were headed out and asked if we had seen anything. I told them we were on our way back to Wisconsin, but there was a big 6x6 in a basin. I sent them the pin on where the bull was, hoping that maybe they could at least have a chance at him. They went after him, but were too late. Someone had already gotten him. They said the bull was right around 320 inches, unlike anything they had ever seen before in that unit. All in all, it was a great trip, and I'm super thankful to have spent it with my dad. Hope you enjoyed the video.